Welcome to the Dynasty YT, this is your King Shay speaking. In this episode of In the Mind, I want to be talking about the concept of carrying as the support. Too many times do I see in Bronze ELO, Silver, Gold, even in Platinum, Diamond, and probably even in Challenger, there's a lot of players that don't want to play support just because they think that if they're not the one that's getting the kills, they're not the one that's going to be carrying the game. They think that they can't carry it from the support role. But in reality, playing the support role is extremely important in the game because you have to have a very good macro sense of the game and also the ability to make your carry as strong as possible. Carrying a game is not always about just getting as many kills as possible, having amazing mechanics. Carrying a game could possibly just mean making your AD carry super strong by making him able to farm in lane, or setting up kills in lane so he can start snowballing the game. Or maybe you start roaming and snowball other lanes. Or maybe you control vision around the map so you know where the jungler is and then you can set up dragons properly or set up everything properly or create picks because they don't have any vision. So it's not always about just getting kills. There's other objectives and other ways to win the game. So let's start from the very beginning, from Champion Select. Champion Select is extremely important because it really defines your team composition, the way you team fight, and everything like that. So in this game, they ended up picking 3 melee characters, Lee Sin, Udyr, and Jax. And then I had the opportunity to pick a support. I didn't pick someone like a Morgana. That could have been very effective as well. I didn't pick up someone like a Zyra or Lulu or Vel'Koz or Lux because those don't really supply any peel for my team. Because like, what's the good of a support Lux or support Vel'Koz if your Tristana ends up or your Katarina ends up dying? So I ended up picking up this Janna in order to peel like a motherfucker, and these guys can't. There's no way we can end up lose team fights because in this game, Lee Sin actually gets really strong. He goes like 5-1 or something like that, and then Udyr gets really strong too. But it doesn't really matter because I'm telling my team like we have the supreme what's the word? Team fight abilities. There's not many CCs for Katarina, and we have Janna. So just purely because of picks from the team select, champion select, I was able to carry this game just by playing one champion, right? A certain champion, which is Janna in this situation. Okay, so here's another example of carrying a support from champion select. They ended up picking 3 really single target champions, single target CC champions, which is Ashe, TF, and Vi. So I had the opportunity to pick up Morgana against this extremely CC heavy team, single target CC. So in this situation, they end up ganking our bot lane, and I'm waiting the whole time to try to put the Morgana shield onto the Caitlyn, waiting for the Vi ultimate. So in turn, we're able to get the kills onto Ashe and Vi because, you know, Wukong came to gank and then Caitlyn was still alive to help support that. So slow motion right here. I end up binding the Vi because I didn't want her to get any closer with that Q ability. And then right here, I didn't want to put the shield onto Caitlyn yet because I wanted to bait out the Vi ultimate, right? As soon as Vi ults, then I put the shield on, right? I didn't want to Q onto the knockup or anything like that because let's say I put it preemptively, then the Vi would change targets and then now I am the target and then I would end up dying. But instead I wait for the ultimate to actually happen, then put onto the shield to whoever the target is. And now this is just later in the game. Picking up Morgana was extremely important in this situation. I was able to black shield the single target CC from Ashe, right? He was able to turn around and get the kill. CC Tryndamere long enough for Nidalee to almost get away. We do get ultimate from TF, but he ends up dying, and I end up living because I am another black shield from, you know, that gold card. So again, picking the right champions from champion select, you can carry as support. Now moving on specifically to the laning phase, I've already touched upon this kind of concept, getting level 2 first in order to win the lane. So you can check out that video. I don't want to go too in depth in here, but in this situation, I want to talk about like just like 2v2s in general at the very early stages. So right here, I love to take AD reds on my support, right? It gives me, I think it gives me about 15 more AD. I take 80 reds and then 1 AD quint, and I have 65 AD at level 2 right now. And then this guy has 72. So every AD, every auto attack counts when it comes to the early game. So every time I get the chance, I'll auto this Twitch. See, so the Ezreal got caught, but instead of just running away with the Ezreal, I stay with him and auto attack the Twitch. Right, so the whole time I'm auto attacking, letting him get the eventually getting the kill, and then keep auto attacking this Janna, because there's really no reason for me not to, because I have a lot of AD with the shield on. I have 80 AD. I actually have more AD than the Twitch at level whatever, right? So we end up getting that kill. He almost ends up dying. I save this Ezreal again, and this whole time I'm just straight up auto-attacking him. So that whole time I'm auto-attacking him, he ends up getting half of health gone. So it's extremely important. When it comes to 2v2s, as a support, you're not just there to dish out your skills. You're there to auto-attack, especially in the early levels, right? As soon as the other AD carry maybe gets a pickaxe or maybe like a BF sword or something, anything higher than that, then yes, you can't really auto-attack anymore. But in the early levels, especially when you take AD reds like me, 67 AD at level 2 or level 1 versus, 80, well, he has a long sword now, but versus what, 72? That is a huge difference. The next thing I want to talk about is warding, right? Warding truly does win games, right? You have to be able to ward safely, and also very efficiently, and smart, right? So this Janna isn't smart about it. He wants to get rid of the pink ward. He ends up getting the pink ward. He ends up almost dying, but he tried to get that pink ward very unsafely, right? There was no backup for him. His escape plan wasn't really that smart. He just got really lucky, and then he was able to survive with that shield. So right here is the important part about warding. So instead of staying in lane and trying to kill this Ashe, instead what I do is I know that Janna is out of lane, I know that Caitlyn can 1v1 the Ashe, and I know that Vi is dead. So those three things, with LeBlanc being able to push out TF consistently into his tower, I go and ward their jungle. I go and ward deep into the jungle, so I know when Vi is gonna where Vi is at all times. I'm able to force the flash right here. From the Ashe, that's just a plus to everything right here. So now, with those deep wards, I'm able to see this Vi. Now, literally 10 seconds later, we're able to see the benefits of my warding. We're able to see Vi come all the way from blue jungle. Wukong's able to come over here and react to it, and then I'm able to come over here and react to it too. So LeBlanc obviously he was able to get away without any ward coverage or anything like that. But instead, because of the ward coverage, we're able to follow up on it and able to get this kill and almost be able to get the kill onto the TF. All because we were able to see Vi coming from a while, follow up, counter gank, and end up getting another kill onto the Vi. Some people would say that playing the support doesn't require that much mechanics. All you do is just sit there, look pretty, and then, press a couple buttons. But in reality, playing support is very, very important. It takes quite a bit of mechanics and to be able to save your AD carry's life, to save someone's life. So in this situation, I see that Annie's been saving a stun for a while, so in my head I'm thinking, okay, this guy's going to probably flash engage. I see him walk up, and that's the exact moment that I have Michaela's ready, able to set him free. He's able to get away from it, and then in turn ult the Annie and end up getting the kill. I don't respect the damage from the Twitch, and I just stand there thinking like, oh, everything's okay, but then I get bursted down. But the point is, like, having those quick reactions, able to save your AD carry's life and then turn it around, that's extremely important when playing support. Picking up the right items as well, because I picked up the Michaela's knowing that the Annie and the Morgana stun, it could turn it around. I could turn it around with just an item. Another thing to understand about playing support is that it's not always about your bot lane. It's not always about going to this bot lane and then pushing it all the way to the tower and doing that, right? So there's no reason for him to come down here because there's no threat. There's nothing to fight for. So instead, he sees that top lane is pushed and he wants to make a play over here, this Janna, right? This isn't me. This is another support that I was playing against that did a really nice job of roaming around and causing pressure all around the map. So right here, he goes to the top lane, hellbound to get this kill right here. Forces the flash from the Gnar, gets in front of him, ults him back and then ends up getting a kill onto him, right? So he's making plays all around the map. Because he's roaming very well. There's no reason for beating him in the bot lane, right? So he ends up wanting to help his other lanes get really, really strong. Okay, so roaming doesn't always have to be about getting the kills and saving lives. In this situation, he sees that there's 2 top lane pushing the tower. So he reactively goes to the top lane trying to help this tower stay alive, right? So he does a really nice roam. Again, there's no reason for him to be over here because this lane's pushed. There's no reason for him to be here because there's nothing to save. So instead, he's up here trying to make plays up in this top tower. Now that we're nearing the end of the video, I want to go over my favorite champion to carry from the support role, Nami. She's able to trade very efficiently at level 1 with using her heal ability with her W, and then also using AD reds, she's able to auto very efficiently as well. Hopefully getting level 2 first and then carrying the game after that. So like I said before, I take AD reds and 1 AD Quint, so I'm able to push this lane with Kalista a little bit faster than the Sivir. With 62 AD versus the Sivir having 63 AD, I can easily trade with a Q and a couple autos. So as you can see here with a W and just pop a potion, I'm able to sustain up, while Sivir only has 1 potion. So continue to auto. I auto Q or auto W auto, and now she's at half health, right after a couple trades. And then now that I'm looking to take the level advantage with this minion right here. We get the level advantage as he's going for a minion. We get the bubble Q, and then calculate the last auto with that flash auto. So this is why I like Nami really good when it comes to carrying as a support, because you can easily start winning the lane from level 1, trading very well, very efficiently, and then getting level 2 first, and then be able to make plays off of that. And here's just going to be a quick example of why Nami is just so damn good in the laning phase. The AD carry on the other team is going to have to work for every CS. So as soon as he auto-attacked that last minion, I queue up a bubble, get the bubble onto him, get the wave onto him, and then since Zyra is just trying to save his own teammate, he gets caught and he ends up dying because he's hella squishy. This Caitlyn stays right here, I bubble him, cancel his ultimate, and then we'll be able to get the kill onto him. So when you're playing Nami, you want to make sure that the other AD carry has to work for every damn CS. I know this was a longer video than my usual videos, but I just want to touch upon everything that goes on when carrying as support, because you really can do it. Whether it becomes wards, level 2, dueling very well in the laning phase, or just saving your AD carry's ass. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up, everything helps. Remember to check out my other videos in the description below. Thank you guys for coming to Dynasty, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.